Hey Scorpio, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of October 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, Scorpio, I will be using, my original tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Scorpio, with a Halloween Oracle card. Yes, it is that time. And it's actually my favorite time of the year. I love fall. It's my birthday, Halloween, all the things. Before we get started, I do want to give you two quick announcements. A lot of you have been actually reaching out to me about starting your own business, which I think is very, very cool. And some of you asked me, how do you know when it's time to quit your job and go into your business full time? Well, I have created a free checklist that will tell you the 6 things that you need to have before you quit your job and go into your business full time. If you're interested in getting a copy of that checklist for free, I will have the link down in the description. Also, a lot of you have reached out to me about private readings. Now, if you don't know, I am taking a break from private readings until January of 2022. But if you do want to work with a tarot card reader or actually any type of light worker, psychic, I have partnered with Keen, and I do have a special for brand new customers where you get $1.99 for 10 minutes. You get 10 minutes for $1.99. I have worked with Keen for going on 3 years now. They are one of the largest online psychic networks in the world today, with over, I can't remember, but I know they have thousands of psychics on there. I have gotten readings on Keen many times, and I can recommend their services. I'll say it that way, just because I've used it. I know how good they are. I actually have many friends of mine who are working on Keen as readers. So, I do know that they vet them, and I do know that they are pretty good, pretty much, good, what I would consider ethical readers. So if you are interested in hopping on Keen, I will also have a link for that down below in the description as well. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get right into your reading. As you can see, the cards are already starting to show up for us, which I think is very good. You got one of the most popular, or I should say positive, cards in the deck there with that Sun card. But as we move into October, Scorpio, I have to say that some things probably are coming together in a much more piece by piece way. And as this relates to your money, is that the Ace of Swords talks about, new things are starting, but for some reason there's a holdup. Things aren't quite moving as progressed, they're not progressing like how you thought they would, especially anything that has a financial tie to it. The other thing about the Wheel of Fortune is that sometimes things unexpectedly change and it throws us off, right? So as we move into October, things are probably going to be held up, and it's not anything that you can control, Scorpio. Now, I say this, and I want to say that when I look at the rest of the cards here, it actually works out in your favor. The Sun card is really, literally the most positive card in the deck. It means that things really come together for you in a very warm, inviting, holistic way. We have the Fool here in the reverse. This means that, it's causing you to take pause, and you're not moving in the new direction that you thought you would. Something changes, something unexpectedly happens, and the timing gets thrown off, but it ends up working to your advantage, okay? The Sun card tells us that this is not a bad thing. You may have to kind of, maybe take a step in a different direction, but it doesn't mean that things are kind of falling apart. Quite the opposite, things are falling together. This is another good card. The Seven of Wands is a card telling us that communication actually is working out really good. You know, sometimes communication, conversations can be a little bit strained, but in this case, no, communication is going to flow quite nicely. If you are negotiating, if you are having meetings, understand that things that have a financial connection for you are going to go really, really well. Now, these unexpected changes also are going to directly impact your current situation as well as your future situation. The Two of Wands tells us that we're reevaluating. Now that we have more information, now that things have shifted, you have a lot more clarity as far as how you're going to make things work, how things are going to come together. Now, the other thing about this card too is that it tells us that our plans are going to change, right? Your financial planning is going to have some little tweaks to it because things don't work out like how you thought they would. Things don't really flow in the way that you had expected them to. But again, that works out to your advantage. It gives you more opportunity, more power, and even more confidence to move in a different way. Okay, now this is definitely going to be beneficial for you financially because maybe you don't have to lay out a big chunk of money right now. Maybe you actually save a big chunk of money right now. You know, maybe you actually get more money and now you have to figure out a new way to invest that money. Or maybe you can start another business or anything. It could be any potential, you know, opportunity there, but it's definitely going to work out in your favor. So I don't want you to feel, Scorpio, that when we move into October that things are kind of getting all haphazard and crazy. No, just trust the process and really see how things play out, and it actually works out to your advantage. All right, Scorpio, let's see what else shows up for you. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity. Nice. And abundance for the month of October 2021. Yep, and then you've got good news coming. Nothing, absolutely nothing to worry about or fear, Scorpio. It's all good. And the cards are reflecting that too. We've got the Six of Swords. Are you taking a trip, Scorpio? Looks like you could be. If you're not personally taking a trip, you're going to be dealing with someone from somewhere geographically not where you are at. That's what I'm feeling with this. Some of you are going to be going on a business trip, maybe going to a networking event or a conference or a convention. There's going to be some type of travel, some type of a trip involved here. If you're not taking a trip, somebody who is not local to you is definitely going to be a key in you increasing your finances in some way. Could be a business partner, maybe it could be a trainer or a coach in a different geographical location. But there's definitely going to be some type of benefit geographically for you, okay? So that's really exciting. Next, we have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, she's a very stable, grounded energy. I love her because she is a card that talks about stability in the workplace. If you've been feeling like things are a little shaky where you work or in your business, she reassures us that things are going to be okay. Now, there may be changes. I'm not saying that nothing is going to change, but she does really ground us. She really tells us that, energetically, you have nothing to worry about. Things are very, very stable. Now, the way you kind of use this to your advantage is that once you feel secure in one area, that allows you to feel secure in other areas because this is already taken care of. This part is locked down. I don't have to worry about that. Now I can divert my time, my attention to other areas in making my money or my business or my investments grow. The Five of Pentacles in the reverse, I love seeing this card because this is a card of releasing the lack and limitation mindset. The Five of Pentacles is a money mindset card. I like seeing it in the reverse because that means that you're up leveling the way you think about finances. You're up leveling the way you think about your career, your business, whatever the case may be. You really start expansive thinking here, because when this card is in the upright position, that means that you're holding yourself back because you're thinking that there is a problem or a block or an obstacle where there is none. Okay, so money mindset game is on point. That's definitely going to work to your advantage. It's going to work to your favor, and it's going to unlock a lot of opportunity and a lot of money flow to you. Plus, it fell on the Sun card, so I know it's all good. Next, we have the King of Cups. I love him because he is a powerful emotional card. This means that your emotions are in check. Means that you understand feelings may come into play as it relates to your money. You may feel, emotional about something. You may feel connected or drawn to something. You're going to really find that your emotions work to your advantage as it relates to your money once we hit that second week of October. You have a very diplomatic way of handling your emotions, but your emotions don't overrun you. They don't influence you in a negative way. Quite the opposite. Your feelings actually kind of attract to you some unique ways of making money or some unique opportunities to make money. So the King of Cups is a very good card. I really, also this is a very trustworthy card. So if you are dealing with other people and he shows up, this tells me that yes, this is a good person. This is someone who is trustworthy, who is genuine, someone who is authentic in who he is and who he represents. Finally, we have the Page of Wands. That's good news coming as it relates to your work. This is a message. This is an announcement. This is some information coming your way. It's all positive. It's all good. A lot of times I see this when, like I said, work-related announcements, show up, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, job-related, because some of you don't have jobs. But the Page of Wands means that good news is coming as it relates to your work. So however you make money, however you pay the bills, whatever is coming in, there's going to be some good news as it relates to that. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity. And abundance for the month of October 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio? All right, so communication is still good there. Also got some new things happening. But it looks like we are going to have to be a little cautious, Scorpio. All right, let's start with the Fool card. The Fool card in the upright position says there's a new adventure on the horizon. You're going to be moving in a new direction, in a new way. You may not fully understand or be fully knowledgeable in what's going on, but you're excited nonetheless. The Fool also talks about taking a new risk, and this is not something that's going to be painful, but this is something that's going to be very, very, the word leverage is coming to mind. So you're going to be able to leverage a new opportunity. You may not have all the details. You may not know exactly how it's going to play out. Some of you are opening a store. That's coming through loud and clear. And it could be a store online. It could be a brick and mortar store. But I'm feeling like for some of you, you're literally opening a new store, a new business. And you may not know, maybe this is your first time taking on such a, monumental task. But it's exciting and you feel good about it. And it's going to create some new avenues, some new potential for some new money to flow into your life. But we do have the Three of Cups in the reverse. Now, the Three of Cups in the reverse, I'm feeling like there is somebody who is involved that doesn't need to be involved, right? Three of Cups always talks about, well, I shouldn't say always. Most of the time, the Three of Cups, when it's in the reverse, it's an unwanted third party. So in a relationship, yes, that means there's an unwanted third party in the relationship. But because we're talking about money, there's someone involved in maybe this project here, maybe at your work, maybe in travel, who knows? But there's an unwanted third person in the picture, right? And you're going to have to deal with that. And the thing is I have a feeling from what I'm seeing here that this unwanted third party has already kind of caused you some grief, and they're just not trustworthy, right? Got the Seven of Swords here. This is a card of someone doing something sneaky, doing something dishonest, somebody being a little crooked. But I do feel like this unwanted third person is not somebody, it's not like that you don't know who it is, Scorpio, right? This is somebody who you probably already kind of have an idea that they don't need to be involved in your life in any way, shape, or form, but especially in your work life. So you're going to have to deal with that. Now, the thing is you may have to get burned one more time before you finally cut them off, right? It's one of those things where you're just like, damn it, I knew I should have, gotten rid of this person sooner, right? But it's not going to destroy you. Quite the opposite. We got the Nine of Cups here. Nine of Cups in the reverse is the wish card. This is a good card. Now, it may be to a lesser degree. It may not happen in the timing that you want, but the Nine of Cups means that your wish is coming true, right? It's just going to be slower. It may be a little bit, maybe you don't get 1 million, maybe you only get 500,000. It's one of those things where your wish happens to a lesser degree, but it is showing up. Again, we got the Seven of Wands. This is a repeater card here. Now, the Seven of Wands, this is good communication, right? Maybe when you kind of cut this person off, you kind of realize that, this is a conversation I should have had a long time ago. Maybe they feel the same way. Maybe they don't want to be involved in whatever you've got going on here, right? Maybe that's why they're nasty. Maybe that's why they're inauthentic. Maybe that's why they're sneaky, because they don't know how to say no. So they make themselves a problem, so you say no, right? People are very complicated nowadays. But whatever the case may be, it looks like you have a conversation and it goes well and it actually works out better than what you probably expected it to. All right, Scorpio, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of October 2021. What do we need to know for the sign of Scorpio? Oh, wow, you got another repeater there. And another repeater. This is really good. All right, Scorpio. So more good news, or it could be continuation. More travel. Saw that there. But let's start with the Four of Pentacles. That's the card of the budget, right? This is budgeting. Pay attention to your budget, Scorpio. By the time we close out October, you're going to have to really be on top of your budgeting game here. Four of Pentacles says really get prepared and really get tight on your budget, all right? Don't leave things up to chance. Don't just kind of be airy-fairy when it comes to your finances. Really pay attention to what's coming in, what's going out, how much you're saving, how much you're spending, how much you're investing. You need to know all of those numbers, all right? You need really strong clarity on that, because it's going to put you in a much better position, okay? Next, we got the Knight of Wands. You got some type of assistance coming as it relates to your work. Now, we know you've got good news coming as it relates to your work, but could the good news be that you have an assistant in some way? It could be an actual person assistant, or it could be maybe some assistance from someone or a company or an organization that gets involved with what it is you do. I see this a lot when people do get some type of government assistance, in the case of like a maybe like a small business loan, or maybe getting approved for a loan. It could be maybe somebody donating or investing to your cause. It could be anything, but whatever it is, it's good help. It's good assistance coming your way as it relates to your work. Now we do have the Three of Pentacles here. The Three of Pentacles means that people are not necessarily seeing the value in what it is that you do, but don't take this personal. You know, sometimes people are just that way. They tend to be dismissive, or they tend to discount, or they just don't understand that, you know, there really is a high value on who you are and what you do and how you serve. Try not to take that personal. It's one of those things that it happens to all of us. You know, some people just want to be cheap. They want, you know, Rolls Royce service, you know, shopping at Walmart. You know, it just doesn't happen that way. The thing is that you have to protect your value here, okay? It doesn't matter if people don't see it, or they don't acknowledge it, or they don't accept it. You have to know internally who you are and what you're worth, because not everybody's going to give you the credit that you deserve. Six of Swords, travel. If you're not going on a trip, Scorpio, I do feel like I said, this is geographics here. You're going to be going somewhere. And if you're not physically going somewhere, you're going to be dealing with someone who's not local to you. I see that very clearly. It will either be a continuation of what happened here at the end of the month, or you could have two separate trips, or you could have two separate, you know, circumstances where you're dealing with people international or in another state, or maybe you get transferred in your job. It could be anything. But there's definitely going to be some geographical movement here as it relates to your money, right? Either your work, or like I said, you could be working with someone in a different state, and that gives a boost to your finances as well. We already talked about this. Page of Wands, you've got good news happening here as it relates to your work. Like I said, this could be continuation of what was said here, or what was announced here, or it could be two separate things where you get good news and then bam, you get good news again at the end of the month. Very, very exciting, Scorpio. I hope you're ready. You've got a really powerful month, and I mean, really, it just all looks good. Changes for the better. That's what I want to say. It's just changes for the better happening in October. All right, Scorpio, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Halloween oracle card. I think these card backs are really ugly and cheap looking, but the cards have very, very, very beautiful artwork, as you can see. So let's see. For you, Scorpio, you got the card Winter. And this is the sacredness of pausing. I like that. The sacredness of pausing. You know, you don't have to always be busy. Sometimes you have to take a step back and let things flow in their own accord, in their own timing, in their own way. So, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for choosing to spend this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.